morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.
Good morning, SKN. I am Jamie Morris.
And I'm Mimi. We're going to take a brief look at the weather, and it's another super sunny day here in St. Kitts with just a 10% chance of showers. So again, excellent Caribbean weather, even for our visitors who are visiting the island today. Beautiful weather.
All right, we're going to begin with the local news and the latest. The Ministry of Health on Nevis to host annual cervical cancer awareness outreach event. And this is from the Nevis Island Administration by way of press release. The Community Nursing Services and the Ministry of Health on Nevis is appealing to those who have never had a pap smear done to do so at the 5th Annual Cervical Cancer Awareness Outreach event at all health centers on Saturday, January 29, 2022, from 8 a.m. to noon. Ms. Chavonnet Nisbet, Senior Health Educator, while speaking of the planned event on January 25, 2022, noted that it forms part of Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, which is observed during the month of January. Quote, "We are encouraging persons to get screened for cervical cancer, and this takes place in the form of a pap smear, and we're encouraging persons to take part in our screening. This year, we are encouraging those who've never had a pap smear done, and especially those younger persons. We are targeting the younger population to get a pap smear."
All right, moving on to our second local story, increase food production as the main goal for the Ministry of Agriculture. And this is coming from WIN-FM. The Ministry of Tourism in St. Kitts and the St. Kitts Nevis Taxi Association met on Monday, January 24th, in an effort to smooth over critical issues impacting transport community. The meeting was organized after some tour operators in St. Kitts expressed frustration after experiencing reduced bookings and new dispatch strategies. On Tuesday, January 25th, the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Lindsay Grant, confirmed the meeting occurred and provided insight into some of the discussions. And this is a quote from the Minister of Tourism. "One of the major issues that we're concerned about the fact that dispatching and the process of dispatching, which has always been very ticklish position throughout the years." Minister Grant also said, "Over the year, I think we changed the operation of it, and it appears as though the taxi president and the fraternity weren't very happy with it. So we sat down with them yesterday to see where we could meet halfway down the road in terms of a resolution. I think we ended on a high note in that we tweaked it a bit so that the dispatching works for them. They have a better understanding of it, and they're more appreciative of how it operates. And so we are satisfied that we are going forward the relationship with the taxi drivers, tour operators, and the Ministry of Tourism and the St. Kitts Tourism Authority are even better."
And in other local news, opportunities abound for women footballers, and this from the Nevis Pages. The current executive of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, SKNFA, has vowed to develop women's football within the Federation and to create more opportunities for women players in the Federation to thrive in the sport. The reformed approach to training and preparing the senior and junior players is already taking shape, and the players are seeing the results of it. Women's football at the international level is growing in leaps and bounds, and opportunities exist for players to get scholarships to play for colleges and universities all around the world while pursuing their studies. Several local players have had the opportunity already in gaining scholarships, while others have been contracted to overseas clubs. Earl Jones, the local women's coach, sees much talent among the current crop of players and thinks that a lot of the players have a bright future ahead of them. So this wraps up the end of the local segment of the latest. We will be back with more in a moment. Stay tuned.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
And we are back on Good Morning SKN, and we're still looking at what's going on in the latest. And now we'll take a look at regional news. Rihanna's foundation donates $15 million to climate justice, and this is coming from the Associated Press. Rihanna is backing her belief that climate change is a social justice issue by pledging $15 million to the movement through her Clear Nile Foundation. The We Found Love singer on Tuesday announced the donation to 18 climate justice organizations doing work in 7 Caribbean nations and the United States. They include the Climate Justice Alliance, the Indigenous Environmental Network, and the Movement for Black Lives. Climate disasters, which are growing in frequency and intensity, do not impact all communities equally, with communities of color and island nationals facing the brunt of climate change. Rihanna, who is from the Eastern Caribbean island of Barbados, said in a statement. She noted that the disparity is the reason her foundation, which is named after her grandparents, prioritizes both climate change and climate justice work. The grants, made in partnership with Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey's Star Small philanthropic initiative, are focused on groups with female, LGBT, and Black and Indigenous leaders because their communities are at the greatest risk. So again, a great initiative from one of my moguls, one of my icons, and I think she always backs up her chat with anything that she's passionate about. So I'm really excited about that.
And we're moving on right now to other international news. Indonesia's capital is rapidly sinking into the sea, and this is from the National Republic Radio, NPR. Jakarta is congested, polluted, prone to earthquakes, and rapidly sinking into the Java Sea. Now, the government is leaving and moving the country's capital into the island of Borneo. President Joko Widodo envisions the construction of a new capital as a panacea for the problems plaguing Jakarta, reducing its population while allowing the country to start fresh with a sustainable city that has good public transportation, is integrated with its natural environment, and is in an area that's not prone to natural disasters. The construction of the new capital city is not merely a physical move of government offices, Widodo said last week, ahead of Parliament's approval of the plan. The main goal is to build a smart new city that is competitive at the global level, to build a new locomotive for the transformation toward an Indonesia based on innovation and technology based on a green economy. And, well, there you have it for the latest. We'll be back with more Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
This is Good Morning SKN with Mimi and Jamie on Studio 327.
Next, please.
Good morning, Mommy. How are we today?
We are okay. I brought in Bobby to get her first HPV vaccine to secure her from this cancer-causing menace. I'm just trying to make sure my girls have a chance at enjoying life, you know?
You look unsure about something. Are you okay?
I'm a little nervous. My boyfriend found a lump here the other day, and now I'm freaking out.
I understand how you feel, but let's take care of Bobby first. First, let me explain about this vaccine, the HPV vaccine. The HPV vaccine protects both boys and girls. This vaccine can prevent most cases of cervical cancer and some cases of sexually transmitted infections. Mommy, that's it for Bobby. Can we talk privately for a few minutes? It's really good that you told me about your boyfriend finding the lump. I'm glad that you weren't too scared. Mommy, when was the last checkup? Which includes your breast examination and the pap smear.
Honestly, I don't know anything about pap smears. Is that something you do during childbirth? Because if that's the case, I would have done it twice, right?
A pap smear is an examination of your vagina and pelvis area. It should be done for females between the ages 18 to 69 at least once a year. The World Health Organization recommends that the doctor or nurse that is doing the examination remove the cells from the cervix and check for any abnormal cells, cancer, and the human papillomavirus, which causes cervical cancer. If females get regular tests, anything unusual or abnormal can be treated and seen in its early stages. The girls are being vaccinated before age 13 to reduce the risk of getting cervical cancer. Women tested early and girls vaccinated can help us end cervical cancer. Don't be afraid. It's a simple examination which will be over very soon. Come on, let's get tested.
I am Lucille Pemberton Vaughan. I am health educator and counselor in the National AIDS Secretariat within the Ministry of Health. We have launched Operation Safe Streets, Safe Sheets, and this is done in collaboration with the Traffic Department. Everybody should be tested and know his or her status. You cannot have your status and not know your partner's status. Initially, when one gets infected, there are no real symptoms. However, during that period, within the first 6 months, some persons show signs like flu-like symptoms. Presently, there is no known cure. However, there's treatment, antiretroviral treatment. This treatment actually keeps the virus in check and prevents it from causing havoc on the immune system. HIV and AIDS can be transmitted to 3 main ways. Mother to child transmission, meaning that when someone is pregnant, that mother could pass it on to her baby in utero, and also during labor and by breastfeeding. Infected blood products like sharing needles and if you have blood transfusion, and finally unprotected sex with someone who is infected. How could this be prevented? Simple as ABC. A, abstinence. Abstinence is still an option. B, be faithful. If you have one partner, stay with that partner. And then third, and I think most importantly, is condom use. The C is consistent, correct condom use. So we are encouraging the public to come and get tested. The test is free, it's confidential, it's reliable.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day when it comes, everybody.
I want to wish everyone happy Valentine's Day when it comes, and remember to protect yourself.
I would like to wish the general public a happy Valentine's Day. Love is protective, so protect yourself and protect others.
And you're watching Good Morning SKN. According to Henry Wordsworth Longfellow, music is the universal language of mankind. Music is the most prevalent cultural aspect of all human societies. It is the creative arrangement of song that produces beauty of form, harmony, melody, and rhythm. Local audio engineer and producer Gavin Charles is joining us on Good Morning SKN's Expressions to share with us more about his love and passion for music. Hi, Kevin, how are you?
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Okay, music production, I would guess, is difficult in St. Kitts. Can you speak to the limitations that one may face in such a small place?
Well, one of the biggest limitations that we have, our difficulties, is the mere fact that, you know, a lot of the persons involved in the music industry in St. Kitts, they, as it says, is only exposed to the music industry of St. Kitts. So we will find that, you know, when it comes to, you know, ideas or pricing, they're not aware of what is happening, let's say in Trinidad, St. Martin, Antigua, and so forth. So a lot of the ideas that you may bring to them, sometimes they are not so much open to that, you know, and you would then have to, as the producer, make suggestions that they, you know, they listen this other production team or this other artist so that they can see what is happening outside, whether it is in a soca monarch or in the soca industry or the R&B industry and so forth. So I think it's just been a bit difficult getting them to be open to that.
All right, so how long have you been a producer, and can you give us an idea of your musical background?
Okay, I've been a producer from 2013. I've been a part of a number of bands in St. Kitts. I'm a musician. I'm a keyboardist and saxophonist, as well as a bass guitarist. I was a member, one of the founding members of the Royalties band, also a member of the Bacchanali's crew and the Upset Squad. I've also been a part of the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force band, where I arranged a number of pieces for them, as well as a musician for hire, toured around a lot of different places, performed for Carifesta and a lot of festivals around the Caribbean.
So, I mean, again, we know, well, I know nothing about producing. Can you tell us some of the tools that you use? Like, what is your studio? What are the tools that are in your studio?
Well, inside the studio, well, let me say, first of all, that music production and studio work is basically, it's a new world compared to what it used to be. Now, whereas in the 90s, or sorry, in the 60s and the 70s, you had these big reels and you needed all this equipment. In this new age, a studio can be limited to your bedroom now. So
I've been to bedroom studios.
You basically can have a machine, a laptop, whether it is a Mac or Windows, with these modern softwares where you can, you know, manipulate whatever voice you need to or whatever instrument. You no longer have to go in there with let's say a violin. If you wanted your track to have a violin in it, you can now use a virtual instrument where you connect a controller, a keyboard, and you get the same violin effect. So in my studio is basically a treated room with a computer speakers, microphones, laptop, of course, controllers, and a bowl of ideas.
A bowl of ideas and one man who substitutes for the entire band, I assume. All right, so technology, as we said, is always advancing. What are some of the ways that you use to stay on top of it, and are there any challenges on that front?
Well, what I've tried to do is often to look at market trends. Now, over the years, I've subscribed to a lot of different forums and a lot of different avenues on YouTube where persons will go and evaluate new software, speak about new softwares. Also, I may subscribe, and anything that is new in the market, it will come to my email, and I will then go and, you know, check it out and see, is this something that I would like to enhance my sound, enhance my productions? And after then I have to make a decision. The decision is basically whether or not I'm willing to invest in this software. Because, you know, yes, we may find out everything on the internet, but, you know, sometimes it's not really that beneficial for us if you're a serious producer, because, you know, we have these updates and you want to be what's in with what's trending. You have to, invest a little bit of the sugar cake.
Right. Of course. So tell us about some of the songs that you have produced or the people you've produced for.
Okay. I've done a number of soca hits. I'm mainly a soca producer. I produce other things as well, but in St. Kitts and in the Federation and in the Caribbean, I'm more into the soca genre. Persons I've produced for, wow.
So much.
There's, of course, Mr. Hype, Lucas H.E., Molly Media, The Upset Squad. I've produced a track already for Ricardo Drew.
Oh, wow.
There's Laurencia Knight, better known as Genesis, Shaki Starfire, Queenie G, and
You're calling all of the local soca stars.
a couple of persons I've been working with.
All right, so one final question on this. What's the biggest and longest project that you've undertaken?
The biggest project may have been that project with Ricardo Drew, for me personally. He's a big name in the music industry. Just by how the project took off, like I was excited, I was scared, I was shocked. I felt that, him being who he is, I had a high level to reach at. Even from how it started, when I actually received the call from him, because I got in contact with him through a musician friend of mine in Antigua. And I was just shooting out some ideas to the musician, and he was like, "But this is a good idea. I should bring in Ricardo on this." And I was like, "Oh, but no, don't do that." And then before he even answered my message, here's a call coming in from an 869 number. So I was like, "Who's this calling me from this Trinidad number?" And I just said, "Yeah." It's like, wow, Ricardo Drew is on the phone. Yeah, he been blah, 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 blah. I'm excited to hear the end product. Now, when I heard that, it was like, this point, how do I deliver for him? How do I create something that, not just he would like, but, thousands of people. I went in the studio, started cooking, and I would be like, okay, this sound is too local, or it's too far away from the genre, from the vibe that he usually goes for. So let me don't put in that. Okay, I'm gonna put in this, get this sound to basic, jump on the phone with another producer. Hey, steady, what do you think about this? Send it off to him. He's back in a couple minutes. Yeah, it's good. And then I back steady, I don't think this is good enough. Bah, 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 bah. Go on to something else, send it off to another producer, comes back, yes, good job, send it back to him, and the product, it was just off the chain.
I can see why it was the biggest and the longest.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, well, we will be back for a demo when we come back to Good Morning SKN. Stay tuned, everyone.
I'm here to St. Kitts, Nevis. You don't know him I represent for the Ministry of Health. Yeah. Respect the COVID protocols. In a time like this, all for one for all. St. Kitts, Nevis. Don't forget your mask. Wear it everywhere you go. Sanitize before and after everything you do. Cause you never know what's on the surface or the places to go. Maintain a safe social distance between me and you. Keep calm and stay focused. Don't be a fool, seek the facts first. And boost your immune system up. Don't wanna lose no more of us. Mask up, furlough, sanitize, observe the protocols all about. Be wise. Mask up, furlough, sanitize. Me family fitting boat, and you. Blessed love and greetings.
This is infamous, and I am here to encourage every Kittitian and Nivision to remember that we have our part to play in the fight against COVID-19. So sanitize, wear your face mask, practice social distancing, and go and get vaccinated. For me no know about you, but me love think it's bad. Easy no man.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be one kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up, yeah. 'Cause no man's alone. Do what's right, alright. 'Cause I love you, brother, my sister. And we're in this together, my sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Shake. Drop to the ground and take a little cover under a table or strong furniture. Kneel. Bend your head close to your knees. Hold on to a table leg or desk, please. Hands behind your head, protect your neck with your arm. Face away from windows, you must understand. If you don't have a shelter to hang on to, remain in a place till the shaking's through now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold, stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave tsunami, wave tsunami, wave tsunami. Move away from doorways, windows and shelves. Heavy objects to drop, you could damage yourself. Cabinet and bookcases may also fall. Light fixtures and objects mounted on the walls. And if caught outside, find an open space. Debris from buildings may fly in your face. Kneel or sit on the ground, cover your head and remember every word that I say. Shake, let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold, stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Don't panic. Shake, let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Tsunami, tsunami, tsunami. Drop, everybody now. Drop. I wanna see you now. Cover your head, cover your head. Drop. Say everybody now. Tsunami. I want you put up all your hands. Tsunami. I want you put up all your flags. Tsunami. 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 Do not go home without permission. Stay and wait for help and instructions. Do not go down by the seat to watch the action. Just to talk about what has happened. In science lab, chemicals may drop. Exit only after shaking has stopped. Do not panic, everything will be fine. Don't use the phone line at this time. Shake, let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold, stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Don't panic. Shake, let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave tsunami, wave tsunami, wave tsunami.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? Yeah, let's see what real happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
No cash, no card, no problem. JAD, embrace the freedom. You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We will now be playing a game. Apparently we won't be fighting against each other, but we will be working together to gain as many points as possible out of 25. So the game is Guess That Celebrity. And when musicians appear, we have to guess their name. So if either of us gets it right, then a point will be added to the team scoreboard. All right, here we go. And we're waiting for the celebrity photo. You guys at home can play with us if you want. Leave your comments on our social media handles, right? At Studio 327 Inc. Nicki Minaj.
We got that one. Outcast. Yeah. Post Malone.
Prince. All right.
Rihanna. Robin. Fenty.
Spice.
Jamie, that one. Tupac Shakur. Uzi Vert.
Whitney Houston. All right.
50 Cent. These are supposed to be challenges?
Adele.
Ariana Grande.
Beyonce.
Oh, no, I'm getting a brain freeze. Bruno Mars. Doja Cat. My boyfriend. Drake, Champagne Papi.
Yeah. Wesley.
Eminem.
All right. Frank Sinatra.
That's a young Frankie. He's from the band. He sang that song. Oh my God. Can we come back to that one? He was in the movie. I forgot.
Yeah, let's do the next one.
We'll do the next one.
B.B. King.
No, Ting Brown.
James Brown.
Is it James? Yeah. Kanye. Coffee. Michelle.
Michael Jackson, yeah. Everybody would know that. Nikki, well, come on, you gotta add the Nikki again. It came up, right? So,
I forgot what his name was. Can you remind me what his name is? Jupiter?
Freddie Mercury.
Yes, Freddie Mercury. Yeah. So we got 24. We did great. That's an A. Not an A+, but an A.
25.
I hope you guys at home were able to participate and that you guessed as many correctly as we did. We're going to take a short commercial break and then we'll be right back. We still have Gavin in studio. We're having a little bit of technical challenges because he's supposed to do something really fun with us live, but we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something. He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home. My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Self-health management refers to the measures people take to manage their own health. You and I should remember to wash hands often with soap and water, or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Take your temperature morning and evening. Watch for symptoms. Persons with diabetes or hypertension are reminded to take your medication regularly as prescribed. If you have no symptoms, you may carry out your normal routine and boost your immune system. When you are outside, avoid public spaces and wear a mask at all times. If you develop symptoms, put on a mask and seek medical care. Do not take public transportation. Inform the doctor of your travel history, any contact with confirmed or suspected cases, your occupation, and whether anyone around you has similar symptoms. If you become ill, please rest at home. Wear a mask and isolate yourself from others in your household. If you share a bathroom, disinfect daily using 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. Everyone must work together to reduce the spread of the coronavirus.
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Good Morning SKN. So we are joined here by Gavin Charles, local audio engineer and producer. So Gavin, you're going to demonstrate to us exactly how to make a beat live. I'm going to see what a good teacher you are. No pressure.
Okay, now, first of all, you must know that the instruments that I'm going to be using are, as we said earlier, virtual instruments that are on the system, on the computer. So we use this keyboard, it doesn't have any sounds at all. This is used to trigger sounds from this computer via this USB connection through MIDI.
Interesting. All right.
So, as you may see on the screen, I started a little thing before you have this sound here where I have to basically now add stuff to this to make it. Layer, man, Jamie, you know what's going on. So at this point, I'm gonna add a little bass. I don't know if you ever played the keyboard before.
I have.
Oh, nice. So I'm gonna add a little bass in here. R for record.
Okay.
I'm gonna play a progression now.
You're making this look too easy. And I know it's not.
Nah, well, you must be able to hear it in your head before you put it down.
Gotcha. That's like your blueprint.
Yeah. So I will just go and add different instruments to make this bigger. Build the groove. What you can do, you can touch this key right here.
You can tell me when.
Just over and over like this. Yeah, man, you in the rhythm. You got a little thing going on. not too bad, not too bad. But you go in, you add instruments, then you put some vocal on it. You may have an idea that you wish to use, where you may, as the singer, you may have come with whatever vocals to me, and I can then go and build whatever around your vocals.
Nice.
Or I can start with the beat and then give it to you. I'm sure you probably know this song that I was trying to remix on the spot there. But I'll play the full thing for you.
I'm hearing your headphones actually, because I can't hear my.
Oh. Okay. But this is our remix. Gavin and Jamie.
You hear that there? Volume. Wait, no answer.
You guys are home hearing a live beat, right?
2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm gonna call it the GJ live beat.
Yeah, so we go and lay out different things behind it. You put a beat to it, whatever your mind is thinking at the time, whatever you might be feeling. Sometimes you might try to add something, and it's not a part of the vision at the end of everything. Is when you're evaluating the overall sound of the product, and you might decide, oh, take this out, take that out. This is clashing with that. Sometimes you may give it to the artist, and they don't feel like it's appropriate for what they're looking for.
So how easy is it for you to, after you've layered something, to remove it in case it doesn't work? That's a little,
very simple. Like for example,
I made a mistake, which
I can then go and take out that bass guitar because it's probably was, let's say, out of key, out of timing. Or we can correct that through quantize. But going through and soloing and taking out, you just have to find whatever you don't want to use at the time.
Gotcha. And I imagine you can also copy. So if you like something, you don't necessarily have to keep doing it. You can copy it into
you can copy it.
Sequences, right?
If you were to look at the screen here, all these sections contain material that I copied to stretch out this.
Yeah, I can see
this track. You know? Different things across the song, you know. So like, I would have decided, okay, I'm gonna use the same part for X amount of bars. So let me move it from here to down here, and you just continue building until you have the length of the song.
Yeah, I can't say I'm actually quite thrilled now because I've seen you do this live, and I'm thinking maybe I need to have a remix of my own. You know, different layers, voice parts. You can do that.
Anything is possible. Okay. You know, actually, you can, if you decide you want to do a duo with Mimi, y'all can get up and do a theme. What I'm suggesting is a new theme song for Studio 327. Maybe say no.
A new theme song for Studio 327.
I think it would be a good idea, though.
I will tell. Who knows?
Yes. So
might produce it.
Whenever you guys are ready, just call me up and we work on it.
Well, speaking about that, how would people get in touch with you?
Well, they usually reach me through the studio. The name of my production studio is Black Sox Production. Mimi smile, I guess she's wondering why Black Sox Production. And if I put up my pants foot, I'm sure you would know why. But the name Black Sox Production was chosen, first of all, because, you know, black pride, meaning we support our own socks.
This is the interesting one.
The sock, well, it's very simple. A sock is used to make sure your foot doesn't sweat. And we're trying to tell you at Black Sox Production, you don't have to sweat thinking about whether or not you're going to have a great production. So Black Sox Productions.
Brilliant. I'm going to remember that. Social media?
So they can reach out to me at 665-1888, or they can shoot me an email at blacksoxproduction@gmail.com, or you can check me on Facebook. Right. Gavin Charles or Black Sox Productions.
Can I hear that again?
Oh, yep.
Sorry, you're gonna outro us right now. I want to hear that again. This is the last time you're gonna hear GJ live on Studio 327, right? So you guys want to hear it again, right? Let's know what you think. Whether I threw Gavin off his game or whether you think I gave him a little extra energy that he needed, right? So. Awesome. So we've been talking to Gavin Charles here on Good Morning SKN. Thank you, Gavin, for this live demo and the insight into your musical career.
Thanks for having me, man.
Of course, man. And definitely not going to forget Black Sox. Check him out. All right. More Good Morning SKN in a moment. Everybody, stay tuned.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who gonna support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen? Don't let this happen to you. Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and, most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same, because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be one safe. Kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up, yeah. 'Cause no man's alone. Do what's right, alright. 'Cause I love you, brother, my sister, and we're in this together, my sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
As we scroll on our social media platforms, as we often do, we come across certain slang and acronyms used to communicate. While the younger generation seems very adept in the language, for the most part, many of us just can't seem to understand and we struggle. Well, today we're going to attempt to unravel the meaning of some of these acronyms as we loosen up. Hopefully for our older viewers, you too will be better able to understand these slangs and acronyms after today. So let's loosen up. So I think the acronyms will come across on the screen and we're supposed to decode them.
All right. The first one is Good Morning SKN because it's on the screen right now.
So,
All right, here we go.
so we have to a rip-roaring start. If you know, you know.
Whoa. All right.
You have to keep it on the screen a little longer.
All right, what's the second one? Let's see. For your information, FYI. As far as I know. All right.
Never seen that one. Let me know.
Everything has a no in it, doesn't it? All right, let's see if you can mix up. We'll see. I have no idea. I know that's not the acronym.
I don't know that one. What is it? Huh? In case you missed it.
Really? Well, I definitely did. So, yeah.
We both did. Do you guys use that one? No, it's not popular.
How about ICYGI in case you get it? Okay, there you go. And we are waiting for these acronyms to come across the screen.
Maybe they're making them up as they go along.
I have no idea what's going on.
What you doing, Mon? Kidding. Is it written correctly? No, it's not.
All right.
So what was it? Oh, what do you?
What do you mean? Oh, okay, what do you mean?
Do you guys use that one? Okay.
What do you mean, guys? If you guys are home and getting this, let us know, please, because honestly, this is like, yeah, it's a little bit of torture trying to figure out what is on the screen, but maybe you're better than I am.
IMO. I feel old now.
In my opinion.
Y'all use these?
I'm sorry, I'm representing the people that speak English and write texts. You guys know how to do that? I have no idea what this is. And we're waiting for the next one. All right. How about HAGD? Can you guess what that means? HAGD. I'm giving you my own now. All right, there it is. DYK. Do you know? Do you know? All right. Enough for the singing. Next.
These are
NBD.
NBD.
Never be deceived.
That's a good one. That's a good one. No big deal. Y'all don't use these. I talk to young people every day. Y'all don't use these.
No big deal. Okay. Face to face. All right.
Okay. Wow. Terribly performed game.
I think I've learned a new language today. I think I need, to be exposed more.
Let us know if you actually use these. You know what? I hate when it's my birthday and people write HBD. So, like, I don't use acronyms. If you're going to tell me happy birthday, you're going to spell it out in letters and spaces. But again, if you know any other popular one, make sure to comment those so that me and Jamie could learn them so we could be hip and cool like the young people in the studio today.
Alrighty. All right, see you guys when we come back after this break. More Good Morning SKN in a moment.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? Yeah, let's see where we at. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
You're watching Good Morning SKN. Have you been struggling to plan an outing with your loved ones? Is your desire to create a lasting memory? Then contact Grazed by Anuska Aslan. Grazed offers grazing boxes, delicious platters, tables, and picnics for any occasion. So whether that is a birthday party, wedding proposal, a daytime date, or just simply an escape from your reality, Grazed has got you covered. Founder Anuska Aslan is here with us today to share how this business got started. Hi, Anuska. Welcome to Good Morning SKN. How are you doing today?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm well, thanks. On yourself?
Awesome. Even better that we get to talk to you. So this is an innovative business. Can you tell us how Grazed got started?
Grace came about as an idea of me wanting to do something different and diverse.
to bring it here to the St. Kitts Nevis population. I've always been a very creative person, so I saw this as an opportunity to show my creative side and make an income while making an impact.
Oh, wonderful. And I just asked you over the break if Vaughn Anslin happens to be your dad. And you said yes. I don't know why I'm so surprised. So do you feel like you got some of that creativity from him?
Yes, definitely. I think it's in the genes.
Ah, good genes.
All right, so why the name Grazed, Nuska?
The name Grazed started because I also do platters. The platters are called grazing platters. So I added a unique twist and I got Grazed.
So I've seen a lot of your beautiful setups all over social media. Where did you get the inspiration, or where do you find the inspiration to come up with these arrangements and setups?
Initially, I first saw it on Pinterest and I wanted to do something cute for a friend. And I did that and it came out beautifully. So over time progressed, I added different things that I personally would like to see, like different themes, different color schemes, different locations. And yeah, that's how I just randomly come up with things.
That's great. We've been seeing some of your work in the background concerning the picnic setups. I don't know if you guys have any more that you can load or perhaps run through that feed again for us. But Anuska, the presentations are incredibly elegant and very lovely. When we talk about this, do you do this by yourself? Is there a small team, a large team? How's it done?
98% of the times I do it by myself, but I can't not give credit to my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt who also help me sometimes in setups, cleanups, but majority of the time it's just me.
You mentioned that you did it first for a friend. Was it a business at that point, or was it after you did it for your friend and you were like, this could be a good thing? Did it start there?
It started there. I just wanted us to do something, and because of the pandemic and wanting to do something different instead of being in large groups or going out, that was the perfect idea. And it got a lot of great feedback on social media. And I'm just like, wow, this is the perfect idea. This is something that would bring people together, create bonds, friendships, just casual to do something. Because being in the lockdown for such a long period, people want to do something, but they don't know what they want to do. So I saw this as the perfect idea.
Well, it seems that it is such a great idea because I think you're going to have one more customer right here. All right. So the caption on one of your first Instagram posts reads, "You are allowed to start small and let God be big." Tell us what that means to you.
I see it as faith without work is dead. So you just have to start somewhere and let God work his way in your life. So with the picnics, when I first started, I just simply used to use stuff I had in my yard. I used a picnic table that was in my yard. I used my mother's decor pieces. And with that, as my business grew, I use it to invest back into the business. And that is exactly how Grace has grown. So perfect case in point, start small, and God was very big in this instance.
Mm-hmm. And what has the feedback been like on social media? Because I know I'm in love with them.
Everybody loves it. Like everybody's like, wow, everyone wants to do a picnic. And it's like I try to cater to everyone, but it's hard because there's only 24 hours in a day. So everybody wants to do a picnic for their birthday, just for a friendly social gathering, just because engagements, anniversaries. So the feedback has been great. And I must say, I'm truly thankful for the support I've received.
Absolutely, indeed. So I understand that you had quite humble beginnings. I want to know now, what has it been like to witness the growth of your business?
I'm truly thankful for the growth of my business. Actually, as we speak, I'm still a full-time student at the University of the West Indies, pursuing a degree in international relations. So juggling that and dealing with the growth of the business has been very challenging because to juggle the two of them has been very hard. And Grace has been growing so much and I'm so thankful, but it's hard sharing my time with school and still managing my small business.
I understand that more than you know, Anushka. But, I do want to thank you so much for coming by and sharing about Grace. I love your logo, by the way. I can see a little bit of it on your shirt. Very quickly, how can we find you on social media?
So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, I'm going to ask you to say that one more time. How do we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Grace XAA, that's GRAZEEXAA, or you can contact me on WhatsApp or call by 665-1011.
All right, so hey, thank you. This was a great segment. Thank you so much. All the best to you in Grace and your education as well, all right?
Thank you.
Oh, wait, Anushka, sorry, my mistake. We're going to go to a break. We have more with you. Stay there.
Oh.
All right, more Good Morning SKN in a moment.
All
Stay tuned.
righty.
No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
This is Good Morning SKN with Mimi and Jamie on Studio 327.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and we're joined by Anushka Anslin, the founder of Grace by Anushka Anslin. Thank you for staying with us. Again, you mentioned that you're really, really busy, so we're very thankful to have you here. So what elements are involved in a Grace session?
Okay. So first off the bat, to book a Grace picnic, all you have to do is fill out my booking form. My form is perfectly laid out. You pick the date, time, location, the color theme you want, and the food and drink which are included. On the day of a picnic, you simply arrive to your location and everything is perfectly set up for you there. You have an amazing time, and after that, you simply leave and I do the rest. So it's pretty simple, pretty well organized, and the perfect experience.
Well, it's pretty simple for the customer, but I know that there is the work that you have to do. So tell us about the setup process. Where do you start? 98% of these things you do by yourself. So let's go.
So for the setup, I use my trusty wagon. I load everything up in my vehicle, use the wagon, and I set up piece by piece, bits by bits. Normally for a picnic, I would go 1 hour ahead of time to set up because it takes me some time, as I do have OCD, so I want everything to be perfect. And I've gotten good at setting up where it's fun for me, so I don't see it as a strenuous task or see it as something challenging. I actually enjoy doing it and love to bring my picnics to life.
Okay, so let's talk about the food. Can we talk about the food? So you also prepare the food as well?
I do.
So you're a chef. Can I say that?
If you want to add it, sure, why not?
So what about that process? Like, I know you have to go there and set up the actual setup, but what about the food preparation? Does that take a long time as well?
Food preparation, I personally think it's the hardest because you have to put so much into food. And with that, for instance, my platters, those I like to do because it's basically food art for me, and that's me being creative. But however, a lot of people like picnicky food, like maybe wings, pizza,
sandwiches.
Fish. Yes. So those stuff I would prep ahead of time. Like sometimes I even just like, for instance, season chicken the night before and cook them on the day of. and I still want the food to be warm. So as I say, I set up an hour in advance. So I would have to go set up, go back home for the food, bring it back. So the food is the hard part, honestly, but it's not bad. People like it, so what the customers want.
Well, that's the most important part. Do you have any plans, or have you opened bookings in St. Kitts as well? That's the question.
Please say yes.
I want to. I really, really want to. It's something I've been wanting to do since I came up with the idea of Grace. However, I haven't quite worked out the logistics yet. Do I move all my stuff to St. Kitts on the day of? Do I have stuff in St. Kitts stored? The locations, like all these logistics I haven't worked out as yet, but I really intend to seriously look into it for this new year.
Wonderful. I'll be happy. I'll be very much so pleased if you could do some setups in St. Kitts.
Many, many persons. I'm surprised. I'm truly thankful that people would make the journey just to come to Nevis for my picnic. So I'm thankful for that.
Indeed. Well, now this is the part where I bid you adieu, it seems. But again, I'm going to give you one more opportunity to let others know how they can contact you.
So to contact me, you can either contact me on Facebook or Instagram at GraceXAA, or you can contact me directly via WhatsApp or phone call by 665-1011.
Hey, we've been talking with Anuska Anslin from Grace by Anuska Anslin. Anuska, all of the best to you. I get to say it again. All right. Thank you for being on Good Morning SKN. All the best to you, definitely. All right. We will be back in a moment, everyone. Stay tuned.
Where are you going? I just mopped the floor and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Come on, go in bed, see? Sometimes I just can't take you on.
Violence is expressed in many ways. Most, unfortunately, go unreported or unaddressed for many reasons. If you or someone disabled is being abused, contact the police at 465-2241, social services at 467-1314, or the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Disabled Persons at 465-2151, 663-9077, or 663-4116. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom. But my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You're not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl a look me, but me know in that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
I understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
And you are watching Good Morning SKN. Carol B. Thomas said, talents are meant to be shared. Our next guest has no issue with that. I know that personally. Allow us to introduce Issa Kamal, make sure I got it right, the multidisciplinary creative specializing in music, dance, and theater. Issa Kamal was born and raised in the magnificent Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. He discovered his artistic skill early in life while exploring his grandparents' antique piano. Issa Kamal has a very electric artist flow that draws from his West Indian upbringing and his love for new age revivals of classical music genres. Welcome to Good Morning SKN. How are you?
Oh, blessed love. I'm doing quite well. Thanks.
It's so good to see you here.
Well, it's great to be in an edifice like this, honestly. Like, this is so beautiful.
Thank you. So do you remember what the experience was when you were exploring your grandparents' piano?
No. That story is actually one that I got from my grandmother. So, I mean, I don't think a lot of us remember what we were doing when we were two, you know? But, and my family was never one to like take a lot of pictures, and so there's no kind of concrete evidence. But I mean, grandmother's word is as good evidence as anything, right?
Yes,
I think so, right? So,
Right. So I understand that okay, playing your grandmother's piano was the beginning.
Yes.
Was supposed to be. That's a story that you were told.
Yeah.
Right. So the beginning of your passion for music.
Yeah.
And then you went on to gain merits and distinctions from the Associated Board of Royal Schools of Music.
Oh, that was a doozy. But yes, I did.
Okay, tell us about it. And tell us about your final performance.
All right, as in final performance for the ABRSM?
Yes.
Okay, so the ABRSM is definitely a system that has been adopted in most Caribbean countries. It stems from, you know, British foreground that we're not going to get too much into right now. I went to the Lady Lawrence School of Music. I'm sure she's one of the more popular ones on the island as well. She's very synonymous with some great class acts, you know, very well. And she uses the ABRSM system, and so that was a doozy. It really was. It really was practicing and all of that at the class, because I'll be very honest with you, I didn't do any kind of practice outside of the class. You know, with all
with all of us.
Right. I think I was about, so you go through levels. I mean, there's normal teaching little fingers to play and grade 1 and all of that. And then at some point, I can't remember right now, but that is when you are deemed good enough to now go into the ABRSM exams. And they normally send a examiner from England for whatever reason, and they come and they test us and all of those things. I got up to grade 8, which is the highest level just before you enter what is relevant to tertiary education, you know, and while I could have continued on with that, I figured London is a very fair place, you know, and maybe that is definitely in the works later on in life. I'm kind of enjoying life right now. My last, right, I'm trying, girl. But life is too short to be, you know, dreary and things. You know, why live miserable when you can live unmiserable, right? The last performance with the ABRSM, I was about in third form. It was grade 8, so that was the beginning of like CSEC proper, you know, and it was definitely challenging dealing with all of that, but I think through the blessings of the Most High and, you know, all of the great encouragement that I've been getting along the way, I really have a great support system, honestly. I want to give thanks for that one time. Like, the support is amazing, and I give just so grateful for life. Come on now. But yeah, and that was basically it. It was tormentous, but it was quite invigorating at the same time. You know?
So the piano is not the only instrument you play. I understand that you also play the organ. How is that different?
So the difference between the piano and the organ is definitely in the construction. That's not really in much technicalities. You have organs traditionally use pipes, of course. We have electric organs now. The piano construct is actually very complicated and in terms of like how we use it. There are like different classifications of instruments, like, you know, drums are percussion and guitar is strings, but the piano is complex. We don't really know a standard thing to put it in, so we just put it in all kinds of things. It's percussion, it's strings, it's keyboard, it's everything, because what happens is that it's a hammer that strikes on the inside of the string, right? As opposed to the organ, where it uses more aerodynamic functionality to really operate, you know, and so that is basically the difference. I mean, of course, you have to do pretty things with your feet.
Yes,
on the organ
lots
as
of
well, you know.
things with your feet.
So
was it challenging to learn the organ?
You know what, I say a lot. I think this is why there's a traditional push for children to learn piano, because once you learn piano, you kind of learn a lot of things, you know. So once you have that basis in piano, it's kind of it's easier to transition to other instruments like the organ, because you have that foundation in music theory in a lot more practical sense, where you can see it laid out in front of you, as opposed to a guitar where you're learning the music theory, but then it's kind of like, you know, what are we doing right now? It's like, or like the flute, where it's like, okay, I have to remember to angle my fingers this way and make sure that my lip is this, and then, I actually have to look at the book as well, as opposed to the piano, where it's like, it's all in front of me, you know? And so it's easy to transition through that.
All right, so let's talk about the singing, because that's another talent of yours.
Yes. Oh, I thank you.
All right. So we'll take a look at your most recent release, which is a cover of Iwan's Life Seeds, right? All right. Got some photos of that, I think. Yeah.
Never go low. Fire burn, cannibal dready, blood shedding more and more. Still got to fight, though I'm living pure. See one crime like a Excalibur, one kind of vile they handle no more. Tell him to the soil, yet they still ignore. Rastafari is life, and of this I'm sure. Fire red flames, hotter than before. Burn them complete from crust to core. Life seeds I sow, bomb dirty Babylon baby. Cool as the breeze I flow. So Irie and Mary, to perfect sun let trees grow. Sweet life, apple and cherry. Plus the power never go low. Fire burn, cannibal dready. Heights of...
Oh, guys, that was me. That was me on.
I actually like that song from Iwan, and I think you did it more than justice.
Oh,
that was
man.
beautiful.
Oh, blessings. I really give thanks for that opportunity too. It's amazing how that entire production came together. It was nothing that I imagined. You know, there were just a lot of supportive creatives that came together to make that happen. I didn't have to like go out and like, hey, I need a camera guy. Hey, I need a promoter. Hey, it just came. You know, and I really do give thanks for the opportunity to work with varying creatives so willingly. Like we're all just on this vibe together. You know, it's amazing. It is a beautiful time to be alive. You know?
Indeed. But we'll be back to talk with you a little more after this break. So you guys don't go anywhere.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are speaking with Issa Kamal, local multidisciplinary creative. So we talked about singing a little while ago. Yes. Can you give us a sense of, what went into production like that and why you chose to cover?
Definitely. So I actually worked along with some former students of mine, Rashid Stanley from Precision Media and Noel Nichols, a lot of persons know him as Rolex. He did the music production on that. And Bijan, of course, Bijan Bass is all about the promotion and the entertainment. He's actually a manager. I'm on the Entree Collective. Y'all go check us out. We're amazing. And it's really transcendental how all of that came together. It wasn't a situation where I had to go out and ask for persons. It's just really living in a progressive vibe with these young people, you understand? And it was just an amazing thing. It all came together so beautifully last January, actually.
And it looks beautiful. So we're going on the camel train.
Yes. Why not?
And another one of your talents is acting.
Yes. That's something I actually dived a lot more into when I transitioned to New York. I did a lot of foundational work here, of course, with children's dance, theater, even school plays and things like that. Actually, my first acting debut was in a musical in primary school. It was Candy Cane Lane, A Recipe for Life. Oh, it's so beautiful. It was just, we were just, imagine like a lot of young whippersnappers just like running around the stage singing and dancing and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I've been involved in a lot of different projects in New York as well. A lot of my pursuits regularly have been background work. And so I did background for Pose,
You did?
I did, yes, I did. I did background.
That's a big deal. That's really a big deal.
No, I mean, I hope this clip is, I don't know, I didn't even put that clip out yet. But I did background for Pose. I also did background for this new Apple television show, Little Voice. There's also Law & Order, SVU, 2 seasons. And yeah, it's really amazing feeling.
I'm geeking out right now, Lord.
Yeah, and I also did a lot of independent projects along with that. You know, I think my greatest acting thing so far is on stage. I did a musical. It's called Moby Dick Rehearsed. So it's not the Moby Dick, but it's like a modern, very comical yet serious spin on the Moby Dick series. I don't know how much of us actually know about it, but it's actually a very enthralling tale of these guys out at sea and how they're trying to survive. And their mission is to catch this huge whale, this mammal, and bring it back home. Eventually, they all die. But Ishmael is the one that lives to tell the story. Yeah. So that was really nice. It's a really beautiful world we live in, and to have all of the experiences is quite tremendous.
Right, so you are so accomplished at such a very young age.
I tried.
You tried. And humble too. Humble too. Where do you see Issa Kamal in the next 5 years? Is there a plan that you have set up, or is there just, you're going with the vibe? What is
World domination. I don't know. I'm trying to take life as, calm as possible right now. I'm accepting every beautiful gift that comes my way. And so in 5 years, I would love to progress and evolve in the way that the Creator and the ancestors really wish to have me progress and evolve. One thing that this panoramic that we're in.
Yes. Yeah, this panoramic pandemonium.
Right. Has taught, I'm sure myself and a lot of us, is that make plans, but don't be too tense with it,
Allow room for flexibility.
Yes. So I would love to be all over the world and, touring and just really spreading light and a good message of positivity so that we can all come to a unification and truly progress and evolve the way that we're supposed to in this life,
Sounds beautiful. And actually, viewers, we have a special treat for you. Kamal is going to be sharing some of his talents with us live in Studio 327. So stay tuned. We're going to take a brief commercial break and we'll be right back.
Good afternoon. And to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit today?
Good afternoon. After finding a lump, I visited the health center to see a nurse, and she found a lump as well. Doc, do you think this is the big C? I shouldn't have cancer. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Nobody in my family has ever had cancer.
Slow down, not so fast. Not every lump of the breast is cancerous. The breast goes through a number of changes. It can be a piece of fatty tissue or some other non-cancerous lump of the breast. Either way, I'll have to examine you first to make sure.
Okay. I did not know I was supposed to examine my breast myself.
Yes, the self-breast examination is very revealing. It is the first step in diagnosis. It is important to self-examine your breasts once monthly after you've had your period. That way, you would know how your normal, healthy breasts feel and be able to detect any changes early. If any abnormality is detected, there are more defining tests such as the ultrasound and/or mammogram.
Mammogram? No, I've heard that mammogram thing hurts badly.
I'm sure that most of what you've heard about the mammograms are exaggerated encounters. Here's the referral. Take it to the facility. Before the exam begins, you will have to fill out a short pre-test questionnaire. Let the doctor know if there's a possibility of pregnancy. Leave jewelry at home and wear loose, comfortable clothing. Don't wear deodorant, talcum powder, or lotion under your arms or on your breasts, as these may appear on the mammogram and interfere with correct diagnosis. During the exam, each breast is compressed horizontally between two plates for imaging, and then diagonally for further imaging as needed. So how was the experience?
It's not what I expected. My teenage sister found a lump in her breast. Should she get a mammogram too?
All lumps of the breast and changes should be investigated. A mammogram is recommended once a year for every woman age 40 and over, even younger if there's a family history.
OMG. Women have to endure a lot.
Men have to check their breasts too. Yes, some men do get breast cancer too. So remember, get checked today. Early detection saves lives.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. This is Good Morning SKN with Mimi and Jamie on Studio 327.
There is a in Somalia, scraping for pearls by the roadside. There's a voice stronger than nature, keeps her alive. Long as afternoon shadows, it's gonna take her to survive. Each grain carefully wrapped up, pearls for her little girl. She cries to the heaven above. It's a soul in my heart. She lives a life she didn't choose. That hurts like you should. Yes, it hurts like brand new shoes. Everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere. Yes, there's war in the east. Yes, there is war in the north. Oh, there is war in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south. I'm telling you, there is war.
This is Good Morning SKN with Mimi and Jamie on Studio 327. No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though. Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked, I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home. My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
And we're back with your final segment here on Good Morning SKN, where we find out what's happening. So Issa Kamal has agreed to give us his professional opinion for this segment. Viewers, several weeks ago, we had an interview with producer Felipe Martinez from MSR Media concerning the film 1 Year Off. That is but one of the movies that will be filmed in the Federation by MSR Media. Now, the word is out in the local media that Ohio native Jonathan Perry, best known for his 2019 film Subnivian, is having a casting call for actors in the Caribbean. So that includes St. Kitts and Nevis. Perry will be using the Caribbean waters to replicate poaching culture in the Andaman Sea and is requesting a combination of ethnicities for the cast.
The auditions are virtual and submissions are being taken as we speak. The production is seeking the following categories of actors: Afro-Caribbean male, ages 10 to 70, so that's a pretty wide range. Afro-Caribbean females, 21 to 50. Asian males, ages 25 to 40. Indian male, ages 40 to 60. Thai males, ages 25 to 40. Burman males, ages 25 to 40. By having his film, Subnivian, distributed internationally by Amazon Prime, Perry became the youngest director on any major streaming service at the age of 17. Anyone interested in auditioning can email their name, a full body picture to casting at MUY Bridge Films, that's MUYBRIDGEFILMS.com, or text the word casting to 1-419-967-5171. I'll repeat the number. 1-419-967-5171, and you'll receive a reply with further information. With respect to the Federation, only current St. Kitts and Nevis residents will be considered for the roles. The deadline for submission of casting is February 28th.
So just for prospective actors in St. Kitts and Nevis who seek more information and then would be interested in the auditioning, here are a few timely tips for conducting virtual interviews. Now, as an actor in your own right, please let us know if these tips are indeed timely.
Oh, sure, why not?
Well, thank you. All right. So first off, the advice is to make your virtual audition stand out from all others. Is that accurate?
Oh, definitely. I mean, especially in a pool of talents, you need to make sure that the director remembers you and your face. You know, really do your research on the role so that it can you can then mirror that with your own personality. Because a lot of the times, persons think that they have to fit a mold when they're doing an audition, but directors, I found, especially the ones that I've worked with, they really want to see how you can create a spin on their character, you know? And it's important that you do the research and that you make sure that your personality shines through. So
I think that's a really good tip. One other thing we have is do a test run. Conduct the occasional test run to make sure your devices are ready. I know that, you know, we live in an era of Zoom and things always go wrong. And make sure that you have the appropriate teleconferencing device downloaded or that your Wi-Fi is consistent. That's a tough one here, I think. And you're ready to join after being given the link. Find a few scene partners to practice with regularly. Read for each other, takes turn as the actor auditioning.
And it's very important. I mean, everybody has friends. And so even if you want to have them come over anytime, like when you're in this business, you have to be able to be flexible with your time. So if your friends want to come over at midnight and you're all practicing, you do that because this is your passion. Definitely get all of your devices ready. You know, some persons think, oh, all I need is a webcam on my laptop. Sometimes you need to invest in an actual HD camera to hook up to your laptop, because a lot of directors don't want to go through the fuzz. I think a lot of them understand that we're in a very technologically advanced age, and so you need to invest in that. A ring light is always nice to have around, a microphone that you can plug into your laptop, because you don't want to just use the computer's microphone either. A lot of those are built in and it muffles the sound a lot. So there's that. Make sure you're in a properly lit environment as well, because no director wants to be squinting their eyes to see who you are. You know, maybe you might sound great, but I can't cast you because I don't know what color your eyes are. So maybe that's a big thing too. You know, sometimes they don't want to go through the hassle of getting contacts and stuff like that. They just want to know that there's a body they can work with. And so make sure you're very prepared. Like I said, do the research. Google is an amazing tool. Honestly, everything you need to find out in life is on Google, right? So
All right, so here's number 2. Secure space. Make sure you locate a quiet, secure space for your virtual auditions. And it should be somewhere you feel comfortable and won't be interrupted. So again, make sure that you have reliable Wi-Fi. And if your connection drops out, your opportunity may be lost.
Definitely don't try to do public Wi-Fi spaces because those are never reliable. Even if you have to put on that extra data plan on Digicel and do it or Flow, and then use your mobile hotspot while you're at home. If you don't have a Wi-Fi connection, that's always more reliable because it's closest to your laptop. The internet is not, maybe it may not fade as quickly as it would a public Wi-Fi where there's thousands of people using it. You understand? So that's very important. Make sure you have everything you need to have at home. Tell mama, tell pops, tell sister, tell grandma, hey, this is important to me. We're about to get paper. So we need everybody to quiet down. Grandma, you can't watch your soaps,
right now.
Right? It's like, we need that time.
So again, you did mention before that you should check your sound, make sure, again, you're in a quiet space and make sure that, maybe invest in some technology to plug into your devices so that your sound isn't muffled. Again, when you're auditioning, I could only imagine, as you mentioned, that there are hundreds maybe of people in the pool. And of course, you want to stand out, but stand out in a good way.
Good way.
Directors probably, from movies at least, they're depicted to not have much patience when it comes to auditions. Like, so if your mic is muffled, it's like, next.
Exactly. Like if they can't see you, if it's next, even and dress the part too.
You're ahead of us here. We'll continue.
Oh, sorry.
Continue.
No, but dress the part as well, because if they are looking like this gentleman, it's very vague, but he's looking for Afro-Caribbean nails. There's definitely a cultural aspect that he's going to want to see for that, right? And so you wouldn't try to taper down your Afrocentricity, for that kind of call. For example, if they want a bartender, not telling you to go and put on your white fancy things and all of that, but make sure you put on clothing that somewhat helps the director see how you can fit into that space. The rule of the game is do as much as you can to make sure that their life is easier. They love that. They love that.
All right, number 5, practice. Practice, all right? So your prep should be exactly the same as it would be for an audition in a casting office. The job is still the job and professional actors are required.
Well, it depends as well on the type of casting. For this particular casting, he didn't put out any slides or slides are what we call the sheets that you use, the draft sheets for the script, right? For this particular casting, he didn't put that out, so you don't really have to worry about rehearsing lines and stuff like that. And but generally practicing includes how you're going to look into the camera as well, because a lot of us, when we're having like those interviews and stuff like that, we tend to shy away from the lens a lot. Never look at your computer screen, look at where the lens is. You're not going to see yourself, it's fine. Your job is to make sure that the director or whoever is the casting agent is looking directly at you and can peer into your soul. Okay? All right.
Well,
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, unfortunately, that's all that we seem to have time for today. So we've given you some tips on, how to have a successful audition with, of course, Issa Kamal. Thank you for sharing that insightful information with us. And you're going to be here, as we say, of course. Thank you for joining us in Good Morning SKN.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
So leave a comment to all of you viewers out there looking at us. Leave a comment on our social media. Give us some feedback on this and every show. Comment on topics and guests that you like to see.
Remember to follow us on all of our social media handles and platforms, including Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and even TikTok. Don't forget our handle is @Studio327INC. We'd love it if you would like, subscribe, comment, and follow us.
All right, so you're going to be here tomorrow at 8 for more Good Morning SKN. Bye-bye, everyone.
Morning. Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.